sports. And here's the guy they're counting on to lead the offense in this game. He's done some good work for them at QB this season, and he'd like to get a few more touchdown passes under his belt here. It's the Panthers going up against the Patriots.
Drive southwest of downtown Boston in the area known as Patriot Place, Gillette Stadium, here in Foxborough. A moment ago, the defending Super Bowl champs introduced to this fired-up crowd here in Foxborough as the Patriots get set to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory, and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a...
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22. They'll look to throw. It's caught by Funchess. The numbers from a week ago for Funchess. Comfortably up over 100 yards when cruising past that number, and 2 touchdowns.
How'd you like to be the D coordinator this week? He watched that game last week, and I know his first thought was, we have to find a way to take him out of the game plan. We cannot let him do that to us.
Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays, back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
23 yards on the play. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now back to throw. And it's going to be caught by Funchess for a Carolina touchdown. Devin Funchess, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are going to... Dallas, an update from there. It's the Rams that have grabbed the early lead. Todd Gurley, a first-quarter touchdown there. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal. By the way, partner, that was a 30-year-old running back carrying the ball.
Yeah, turned 30 back in March, did Stewart.
Yeah, I know that people say you're not supposed to at the age of 30, but Jonathan Stewart, good style, good physicality. He'll continue to run it.
Hoping to keep him healthy. Hasn't played a full 16 games since 2011. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a first down.
He'll drop to throw. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. At the end of 1, the Panthers off to the early lead. And we'll return to Foxborough after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move as they face a second down here. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Johnson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. This carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, but not much room to operate. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after him. Put the pressure on him.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Gun. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Devin Funchess with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And he's having a nice little first half. Tonight, the Colts, they'll be in Seattle to take on the Seahawks. And then Monday night, it's the Redskins getting a 2nd straight night game as they'll head down to Arrowhead to take on KC. We're in October already. Can you believe it?
No, I can't. This one's moving fast.
And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Funchess with a catch over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. 23 yards on the play.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
And he's brought down. Another another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. Coming up at halftime, remember, we'll get you out to Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of this first half. That is, of course, unless you decide to skip him.
And for the record, we do not encourage that.
They'll set up a throw. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Greg Olsen, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it. And he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win.
Panthers coming out now. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
They start on the ground. This is Stewart on first. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
And he finds a man on the crossing route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half. And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate. Back to throw now on first down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Let's go! On first down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game. Let's go! Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. David Harris coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Let's go! 38! They'll throw now on the final play. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Well, my education continues in this game. I've got to tell you. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it. And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half. See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll set up to throw. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. They make so many catches that are so tough, so acrobatic, so difficult, that often surprises me when they actually turn the ball over. You know, when the ball actually comes free. It's amazing sometimes because of what we see.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And Olsen over the middle. be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. A beautiful fake. And he's brought down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
They'll drop to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability. Carolina getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Looking to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team that had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. They'll look to throw here on first down. Funches has it complete. And he's going to be taken down deep into Patriot territory. Give him 30 yards there.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But
and he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said,
and he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Dixon, his second touchdown on the season. And thanks to the interception, the Panthers offense cashes in with 6. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately,
getting set to take the field. And Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we've reached the point in the broadcast where we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsauer? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here telling us stretch this thing out a little bit?
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer. Keep him here.
They keep it on the ground again to Stewart. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now the offense operates in the red zone. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Caught on the slant. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Yeah, can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities.
Now in Atlanta, and really pouring it on now are the Falcons. Matt Ryan with 3 touchdown passes to help lead the way. They're going to look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Let's go. 190. 190. 3 bud.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
And, Brandon, this is where it pays to have a big back who can take over a football game, especially in the fourth quarter when you've got the lead, your ability to not just wear people down, but close games out.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Let's go! Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Let's go!
And an alley to run. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back right there at the 43. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Carolina, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA
If y'all like this video,
Sports.
please hit the
For
like
more,
button,
check us
subscribe,
out
and
at
I will catch y'all in the next
EASports.com.
episode, next
And
video.
with that, we say so long.